Well, this is a surprise. Undertone is an auditory assault on your ears and on all of your senses. This independent horror film is shockingly effective. I'll tell you why I kind of loved it. Up next at Mark at the Movies. Well, I got to see Undertone this afternoon, and I am still a little shook. It was scary. It was well crafted. It's a super short runtime, buck 25, and surprisingly effective. This film is, dare I say, worthy of the Blair Witch Project title of the 2020s. That's how good this film is. Is it perfect? No, of course it's not perfect. But I went into this knowing absolutely nothing. And the hook for this movie is surprisingly effective. So, what is it about? It's about a podcaster, a paranormal podcaster, who becomes haunted by disturbing audio recordings, and they are disturbing, that she receives, blurring the line between the recordings and her own reality as she cares for her dying mother. And there is really only one, I guess two, visible actresses in this entire production, and this is really the Nina Fury show. She plays Evie in it, and she is 99.6% of the screen time when it comes to humans. It's her as she is in her mother's home, caring for her mother, filming her, auditorily filming her podcast, her paranormal investigation podcast downstairs, but caring for her mother upstairs as well. And the only other person you see on screen is her mother, played by Michelle Duquette, in a role where she's just not awake for very much of the film. And then also kudos to voiceover work only Madam DeMarco, who plays the podcaster partner on the other line, Justin, who actually adds quite a bit to the effect. What makes this movie so incredibly effective is the hook of making this all auditory, so you're really listening. I was actually a couple times leaning into my chair to listen, and then the scares come. It is so cool and such a well-crafted film. It is it is simplistic in nature, but gives you a real threat. It is a slow burn, but because it's auditory and demands that you listen, the entire movie clips at a really fast pace because you're listening. You are listening throughout the whole movie. Really well done. This is directed by Ian Huison, Canadian director, first-time director, and it was made for $500,000. This movie is gonna make a bajillion dollars. I don't know if it's gonna make a ton of money, but for $500,000, the word of mouth alone will project this to at least $10 million. I feel pretty confident in saying that. And maybe this is the way to go. Maybe, Iron Lung, in my opinion, didn't work as far as a film goes, but my goodness, made for a couple million and it made $35 million. That's a win. Shelby Oaks, another one not so great as far as independent filmmakers as the quality, but I think that movie made money. Maybe this is the way to go. Small independent budgets with really interesting hooks that you can get the word of mouth going and make a profit. Maybe this is an industry now where you're not going to make money on $300 or $400 million films, but you're gonna make money on $1 million budget with a great script and a word of mouth. Huh? I wonder if that could actually work. But kudos. I was shocked at how simplistic this script is and how effective it is. The camera angles are great. The sound editing is spectacular in this. Really well done. The tension is amazing. The horror is great. Is the acting from the lead actress good? No, not really. And there's a boyfriend thing and also a circumstance that she's going through that is completely unnecessary to the film, and they could have probably cut that out because it became a little wonky. But I'm willing to forgive that, because I'll tell you what, the last 10 to 15 minutes of this film is scary. It's scary. It reminds me every bit of the Blair Witch Project. If the Blair Witch Project actually gave you something to chew on going out of it, instead of just showing some dude in the corner, dropping the camera, and mic drop. This feels to me like everything the Blair Witch Project should have been. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a hit. I'm hoping that this movie makes $50 million in the next 3 weeks. Will that do that? No. But will it make 15 on a $500,000 budget? Great, and good for the Canadian director on that one. This is a really, really fun, inventive, and interesting IP. Go support this movie. Undertone. It's a short film. It's scary. It's got an interesting hook. I'm gonna give this a solid 3 stars. Really well done, really crafted. The acting stinks. Some of the plot has plot holes, but so what? It is a fun time at the movies. Well, how about you? You gonna go see Undertone? What do you think of horror movies? Did you ever watch the Blair Witch Project back in the day, 700 years ago? Let's talk about movies. I answer every single comment that comes up on my channel. I love to talk about movies. Let's have the back and forth together. Let's talk about movies. Let's go to the movies at the movies.